Viking Lifts page. I'm Sam, and I thought today I'd just give a little introduction to myself, this channel, and the sort of stuff you can expect. So, as I already mentioned, I'm Sam, I'm 28, and I live in Kent in England. This channel, The Viking Lifts, is about gym, fitness, and motivation, generally. There'll be some other stuff in there, sort of cheat meals, challenges, having a laugh, stuff like that, but mainly going to be centered around the gym and fitness. So, a bit more about me. I have been training since I was about 21, but for the vast majority of that, pretty poor training. I was that guy who used to go in the gym and basically just train arms. Trying to get those big biceps and big triceps. They train arms about 4 times a week and neglect most of my other body. Perhaps the biggest and most important thing about me in terms of the gym is my own transformation. Now, I'll try and put some pictures in, and for anyone who's interested, check out my Instagram. It's at TheVikingLifts. So, less than 3 years ago, I weighed over 145 kilos, or in excess of 22 stone something. I was a big fat lump. I had muscle on my body, I was still training, but I had a lot of fat, and I'm talking a lot. I wasn't really in the best place in my life. I'd lost a lot of motivation due to other personal things, and I just sort of spiraled in a downward circle, really. And it got to a point where I decided that, you know what, I didn't like the person that I was. I didn't like the man I looked at in the mirror anymore. Like's not extreme enough, I hated it. And I decided that I wanted to commit to being better and doing something. So I started a diet, and I very quickly started to see change. I stuck with it, I stuck to a meal plan, kept on my training, started doing cardio, and before I knew it, my body was changing day to day. And fast forward, let's go to 2 years, roughly, from starting the diet, and I'd lost over 50 kilos in body weight. I'd got down to 96 kilos, so I'm 6'2", I'm a pretty stocky guy, naturally, like my frame. So 96 kilos for me felt really light in comparison to the 145 plus I had been. Yeah, pretty big transformation, really. And when I look at the photos of who I was back then, I almost don't recognise it to the man I am now. Not just in terms of physique, but just in general. I'm much happier, I'm more confident. And this channel is about tracking and showing what I do, and also trying to help motivate others in a way. And some of you might sit there and think, how are you going to motivate me? Maybe I won't, who knows? But I want to do it because even if just one person sees some of this and is motivated or decides to get up and do something, then it's worth it. I'll start tracking what I do, keep coming up with the content, and just motivate people. So a bit about the Viking Lifts and the whole Viking theme that goes with me. The Viking has been my nickname for quite a few years now, mainly because of this thing. Big old beard, quite a big guy. It just sort of stuck. People started calling me and it stuck. So the Viking Lifts, pretty straightforward. Go to the gym, I lift. The Viking Lifts. A little more about me. So I originally got into the gym because I'd actually suffered a major knee injury. And I needed to start doing some rehab in order to try and recover my knee so I can get back to starting to play sport. I used to play sort of like cricket, football, and stuff like that. And I was doing rehab, etc., like you do, trying to build it back up. And sadly, my knee has never fully recovered to the point that I can't play sport. And that was tough. But the gym became my new passion to the point that now I literally can't imagine my life without the gym. It makes me feel good. I go there, I train hard, and I leave feeling positive and better for everything. So I just want to start showing some of that, really. Anything else about me? I'm a big Marvel fan. Not like comics and stuff like that, but I love the films. I'm a bit of a film buff. Live a good TV binge at times, so give me some series like Game of Thrones, anything like that. Love it. A few other little things I thought I'd talk about. So, other fitness personalities or bodybuilders, etc., that inspire me. So, the first person who I think is just amazing, the big man, Dwayne Johnson. I mean, who doesn't like The Rock? He's funny, jacked, and his work ethic is just inspiring. That guy has worked his way up to be one of the biggest stars in the world. You have to look at his social media following now, and it is crazy. Anything that guy touches now seems to turn to gold. Top guy, love him. Being more specific in bodybuilding, the person that I watch regularly, day to day now, is Fuad Abiad, a Canadian IFBB bodybuilder who has his own podcast and YouTube channel. And it's a mixture of really good, informative information and also some funny stuff, like stuff that's not even related to bodybuilding or fitness, just general chat, and it's hilarious. So big up to Fuad. Keep doing what you're doing. I watch all your stuff. It's hilarious. Anyone who might be interested in my stuff, check out Fuad's stuff. Great content. A few other things. Talk about my current training and my split at the minute. So unfortunately, I actually had to have some time out of the gym recently. Not ideal after the gym's been closed for months due to COVID. But I've been suffering with some shoulder injuries for quite a long time now. And I just kept putting them off. I kept training through them. And eventually got to the point that any sort of pressing just really was a no-go. Really painful. And I felt like my left shoulder was going to rip apart. And I felt like my right bicep was going to tear doing any sort of pressing, even with lightweight. So I eventually decided, you know what, Sam, you need to sort your head out and go and get it looked at. So I started receiving physio treatment. It basically said to me that you've got bad shoulder impingements, bursitis, and bicipital tendinopathy. And he said that due to the amount of time you've had these issues, that it isn't going to be an overnight cure. You're going to have to take time out of the gym. You're going to have to keep doing rehab exercises. And you're going to have to work your way back into training very slowly. Which initially was not what I want to heard. Like, no one wants to hear that. But you have to think long term. And that's not something I've done enough, really. But I know that I need to. So I had to take time out of the gym. I've got back into training again the last few weeks. But it's really baby weights and baby training, which is strange. Going in the gym and not just going for it and being like, come on! All hyped up in the pre-workout, like, yeah, let's get it. So, overdid it. Phone just fell off. So as I was saying, not going in the gym and just going crazy and really trying to push myself is strange. But I'm having to slowly work my way back up and just be sensible. Not great content, really, being sensible. So most of what I'm feeling at the moment is leg orientated, which is an area of my body I really need to improve. As I mentioned, my knee injury, I couldn't actually train legs for years, really. It just didn't feel stable and felt like it was going to cave in under the pressure and snap. But the last 6 months-ish, I've been able to get in quite a good place with my leg training. So some of the content you'll see may well be more leg dominant at the moment until my injuries start to heal and I'm able to start training better again. Because who wants to watch me shoulder pressing 40-something kilos? I don't want to watch that, let alone you. Yeah, so just a basic introduction really to the page. Going to be smashing out the content. It's going to be informative stuff, giving you guys some tips and ideas, different training methods, my thoughts on things, high, low volume, supplements, training styles, training execution, general thoughts on bodybuilding. That's something I love. Not in terms of I don't want to compete, but I am fascinated by it, and I think the guys that do are amazing. And motivation. I think that there's a lot of people out there who need, or it helps them to have motivation to look at. And it's something I enjoy doing. I want to use some of what I've been through to help other people, and hopefully by me showing my own transformation and change, it can help and motivate someone else to do a similar sort of thing. So I hope you can be interested in the channel. Keep checking in. If you haven't already, which you probably haven't because of the first video, give the channel a subscribe, like the video. And any comments and ideas, put them in the comments, please. I really just want to help provide content that you guys are interested in. But for now, this is Viking.